Alright, I've decided to make one final video for the day or whatever. And it's covering, well, if you've seen my my previous video, you may find this topic oddly surprising. However, right now, I will be debating why the color blue is undeniably, undebatably better than the color red. Now you might be thinking, why is he wearing the color red on a video why the color blue is better than the color red? You see this trash on me? You see how stupid I look? It's literally garbage. Let's talk about the color blue, all right? It's such a magnificent and beautiful color. A color that we, as humanity, are all united under. I want you to head outside right now. Well, maybe not right now. I don't know what time it is for you when you're watching this. But during the daytime, I want you to go outside and look up. What color do you see? In a majority of places in the world, some places, you don't see this color. You see blue. Because all of humanity are together as one under this beautiful blue sky. Meanwhile, what part of the earth is red? What? Oh, wait, hold on. There's some roses. I mean, come on. The earth is majority blue. If we just think about just the universe around us, let's talk about Neptune, a completely blue planet. Pluto, I think that's blue. I might have to check that. But the Earth itself is a body that is a huge percentage of water. Now, there's always the debate that, water is clear. However, if you really view into the ocean, you will see the color blue. That is because the beautiful collaboration and reflection of the sky against the beautiful ocean and so forth allows for such a beautiful color to shine upon us and for us to view in the beautiful blue watery oceans. Now, there are these things called the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes allow us to, cover much grounds. And civilization itself was mostly built next to water in the beginning because we need water. Now, the debate of, red, fire, fire is important because, caveman scratching noises. Googa, googa, booga. No racist remarks there. That's just how people talk before they knew how to speak a genuine language. They, don't need fire. You see, what people have a common misconception is we don't need fire to survive. There's always the argument of what about winter? What about this situation? What about purifying this and that? However, once upon a time, humanity survived without fire. We didn't need that. We were able to survive and pursue our existence without the need for any type of fire at all. Fire itself is truly just an element of destruction. It has brought more destruction to humanity than it has brought peace. Let's just talk about the millions of murders that have happened throughout humanity. Us, going to kill each other instead of working together to evolve to survive as humanity. However, want to know what connected us as a humanity? The oceans. You see, there was once a time where there was one massive body of land, one massive landmass known as Pangea. That's not here no more. Now, Pangea has split through tectonic plate movements or something. And we are separated through a huge body of water. And if it weren't for the water, travel between these places would be outrageously inconsistent. Did you know that by boat, which is on water by the way, blue water is one of the most efficient ways of transporting goods across the world? It's cheap, and you're able to carry a lot more. Meanwhile, the color red? Now, I'm not going to act like there isn't the argument that, oh, what about ambulances and firefighters? Well, guess what? There wouldn't be ambulances and firefighters if there weren't, fourth world countries and all that. Want to know how we got there? Water. We would literally not exist without the use of blue materials that our world has provided us with. How would we have a calendar right now if we weren't able to see the beautiful blue sky that allowed us to know when the day was? That brings me to my second part. The color red, it's trash. Now, I hate to say it, but when you're using the bathroom, you usually want to see water, right? But if you see red, that's probably not a good sign. Unless you're like female or something. But I'm talking about urination. If you have red urination, you know that you're dying. That's because red is... wow. Red is a color resembling death. You like dying? I'm probably asking that to... I feel like someone out there is going to like take that the wrong way and be like, well, now that you mention it. Ignore I said that. Anyways, I believe in the we all bleed the same color. But what we need to understand is that when you see this blood, there's two different types of responses. One of joy and one of fear. Now, I'm not here to get religious, so I'm just going to bring up one religious aspect, which is that I think in like Christianity or something, the color red has something to do with like deep devils and like demons and all that. So if you're Christian, nothing wrong with not being Christian. I don't really care about religion too much. If you are Christian, then you have to understand that the color red it signifies the devil. Yeah. Even if you're not Christian, the color red is commonly a sign of danger in a religious figure. Let's just say you're not religious. Let's just say you're an atheist and you don't believe in nothing. You're like, okay, I'm dead. Now I'm not alive, right? You'll know that if you are surrounded in the color red, it'll most likely result in your death. Let's just talk about the things that are red that'll result in you dying. Fire. You can always say, oh, it's orange, it's yellow, it's red. It's red. Anyway. Lasers. Those are red. You die from it. What else? Let's talk about the blue things that can kill you. I'm just kidding, guys. Because now that brings up a really philosophical, anthropological political conditional question. What can't kill you? Now you might be thinking, what does he mean by that? Here's a list of things on this planet that cannot kill you, regardless of quantity or potency. And for honorable mentions, so that concludes the list. If you weren't able to deduct, there's nothing that exists in this world that cannot kill a human being. Even if you were to do nothing, you would die. If you only ate healthy for the rest of your life, you would die. If you would eat too much healthy stuff, you would die. Drink too much water, you would die. Drink too much blood, you would die. Get too much blood, you would die. Get exposed to too much air, you would die. But what's the common aspect of all these deaths? Blood. The color red is there signifying such painful processes. Lava or water? Which one would you rather take a bath in right now? Very simple question, unless I'm not going to finish that sentence. What you need to understand is water is a major leading aspect in the survival, the upcoming, and to be honest, it could be responsible for the revival of humanity. Water itself is an extremely important aspect of survival. You might be thinking, okay, is this guy done talking about water? We all know it's clear. I'm going to bring up something that you probably didn't even consider whatsoever. I already brought up the beautiful sky that unites all of the world. We all live under the beautiful blue sky. But I'm not going to show you my computer screen. However, what you need to understand is that compared to the pain and suffering red has caused, now, there is one thing I have to tackle right now. There is something called blue and fire. Can you believe that? Well, guess what? Guess what stops the blue and fire? The same color blue. A safe haven against such a painful method of destruction and death. Now, let's be honest. If you're here, you know what? I want to swim. Are you gonna swim in lava? You gonna swim in blood? I'm not here to judge. But preferably, most human beings would answer something of a blue hue. So, here's why I have to bring up some of the more important topics, such as diamonds and all that. You see, what we're not remembering is ice. We're talking about islands like Greenland, Iceland. That's blue. Major bodies that we can live on are blue. Now tell me one place you can live on. A genuine landmass, large body, that's red. Go ahead. I'll give you some time. No, I won't. Because there's nothing. Meanwhile, let's just say human technology develops, but Earth doesn't. And it just decides it's going to fade away in 100 years or so. But our technology is so incredibly prolific. We're able to extend our humanity into outer space. There is a big, humongous blue planet. Another one called Uranus. And honestly, if we had the correct technology, we would probably be able to live on there. Meanwhile, a red planet, Mars? Let's be honest. Mars is cool and all, but it's a blue planet. Now, this might sound biased, but you gotta hear me out. Mars just looks painful to be on. If you've seen a Mars rock, it just looks corrupted or something. Like, it looks crimsonated. Meanwhile, on Neptune, it looks like something out of... And I'm actually talking about Star Wars this time. I'm not saying I'm the biggest Star Wars fan. I'm nowhere near close. Probably show me character I wouldn't even be able to name them. But I can tell you this. Neptune is probably one of the coolest planets out there in our solar system. Well, in our belt of the solar system. So, to summarize, the color blue is a symbol of peace. It's a symbol of creation, unification, contemplation, and something that'll stay there for the duration. Thank you. That's my unbiased and most importantly, undebatable rant on why blue is more superior than this garbage I have on right now. I don't even want to say the name. I'll say it though. Red. Thank you.